Donation under Philippine laws. Donation is an act of liberality, whereby a person disposes gratuitously of a thing or right in favor of another, who accepts it. The donation is perfected from the moment the donor knows of the acceptance by the donee. Donations which are to take effect upon the death of the donor partake of the nature of testamentary provisions, and shall be governed by the rules established in the title on succession. All persons who may contract and dispose of their property may make a donation. Thus, guardians and trustees cannot donate the property entrusted to them. The donor's capacity shall be determined as at the time of the making of the donation. All those who are not specially disqualified by law therefore may accept donations. Minors and others who cannot enter into a contract may become donees, but acceptance shall be done through their parents or legal representatives. Donations made to conceived and unborn children may be accepted by those persons who would legally represent them if they were already born. The following donations shall be void. 1. Those made between persons who were guilty of adultery or concubinage at the time of the donation. 2. Those made between persons found guilty of the same criminal offense in consideration thereof. Donations made to incapacitated persons shall be void, though simulated, under the guise of another contract, or through a person who is interposed. The donee must accept the donation personally, or through an authorized person with a special power for the purpose, or with a general and sufficient power, otherwise, the donation shall be void. Acceptance must be made during the lifetime of the donor and of the donee. The donation of a movable may be made orally or in writing. An oral donation requires the simultaneous delivery of the thing, or of the document representing the right donated. If the value of the personal property donated exceeds 5,000 pesos, the donation and the acceptance shall be made in writing, otherwise, the donation shall be void. In order that the donation of an immovable may be valid, it must be made in a public document, specifying therein the property donated, and the value of the charges which the donee must satisfy. Donations cannot comprehend future property. By future property is understood anything which the donor cannot dispose of at the time of the donation. Reversion may be validly established in favor of only the donor, for any case and circumstances, but not in favor of other persons, unless they are all living at the time of the donation. Every donation inter vivos, made by a person having no children, or descendants, legitimate or legitimated by subsequent marriage, or illegitimate, may be revoked or reduced, as provided in the next article, by the happening of any of these events. If the donor, after the donation, should have legitimate or legitimated or illegitimate children, even though they be posthumous. If the child of the donor, whom the latter believed to be dead when he made the donation, should turn out to be living. If the donor subsequently adopt a minor child, the donation shall be revoked or reduced, insofar as it exceeds the portion that may be freely disposed of by will, taking into account the whole estate of the donor at the time of the birth, appearance or adoption of a child. The donation shall be revoked, at the instance of the donor, when the donee fails to comply with any of the conditions which the former imposed upon the latter. If the donee should commit some offense against the person, the honor or the property of the donor, or of his wife or children under his parental authority. If the donee imputes to the donor any criminal offense, or any act involving moral turpitude, even though he should prove it, unless the crime or the act has been committed against the donee himself, his wife or children under his authority. If he unduly refuses him support, when the donee is legally or morally bound to give support to the donor. When the donation is revoked for any of the causes stated in Article 760, or by reason of ingratitude, or when it is reduced because it is inefficacious, the donee shall not return the fruits except from the filing of the complaint. If the revocation is based upon noncompliance with any of the conditions imposed in the donation, the donee shall return not only the property but also the fruits thereof which he may have received after having failed to fulfill the condition. Thank you for watching.